So the sweep hand on this one that was missing the tail end, um, this is what I did. First of all, I'll tell you this model right here, which under Telechron it's like 7B01, and if it's General Electric it's 702 or something, but it shares a lot of parts with the Electrolarm, and that's cool. I wish it shared more. The sweep hand is different though. So what is the same is the alarm hand. So this is what the alarm hand looks like on the one I just showed you. And I had one where the case was all cracked up. So I took the alarm hand from that, and what I did was I clipped the end off of it and then cut it off at the right length and just used super glue gel to put it on there. So this is an Electrolarm sweep hand the way it's supposed to be. This one right here is the one that I crafted using this. And I have this out here because I counted up 12 Electrolarms, and out of the 12 that I bought, 2 of them had red sweep hands. I don't know why, but my original plan with this sweep hand was to paint it red so that it wouldn't be noticeable that it's grafted together there. I'm not sure I'm going to do that now. I think it's it looks pretty good just like that, so I might just keep it brass. But that's the situation with the sweep hand, so I've got something that I can use. I'm going to talk a second about the lights. So I was doing a video last night on another Electrolarm that I'm working on, and I went to screw in the light, and it didn't light. So to me, that's either going to be a coil problem or a light bulb problem. So I checked everything, and I started putting light bulbs in to see if it was the light bulb that was at fault. And I got a whole bunch of light bulbs that didn't light. And this is out of new old stock I bought off of eBay. Well, found out a couple of things. I didn't have a bad coil, thank God. The wires from the coil were providing the electricity. It was the bulb. And going through the bulbs, I started looking at them, and I found 2 things going on. One is these bulbs, which appear to be the older ones. They had a lot of corrosion on the ends of them and around the base of them. So I had to take a piece of sandpaper, and after I sanded around the base, around the tip there, they lit up just fine. The other type is this sort of newer style, comes in a box like this, and none of these would light up. And I thought that was very strange because there's no corrosion on them. And comparing the 2 bulbs, what I noticed was that it seems like when they produced these later bulbs that they didn't put as much on the end here. And so I took a little small dot of solder and added it there, and then I put it in and it lit up. And I went through and did a bunch of these. I put them in there, wouldn't light up. Put a little blob of solder on there, they did light up. So that's just something to know. They don't make these anymore, and if you're out there looking to buy them off of eBay and you buy a box that doesn't light up, it could be one of those problems. This particular Electrolarm didn't come with the light bulb stem. Now, one of the things that's nice about the 701 is it has this part, okay, which is very similar to the Electrolarm, but it's not identical. And it's very strange, but this is out of the 701. This is out of an Electrolarm, and it's just slightly shorter. Okay, it's like 3/8, I think, of an inch shorter than the Electrolarm one. So it don't work. I don't think that that would be a problem, but I wanted it to be a little bit tighter. So what I did was I took this one, which came out of the 701 clock that I had, was smashed up, and I held this in the vise. I took a claw hammer and put the claw here and pulled up, and just did that slowly until I got the distance between this ring and the knob here to be the same as an Electrolarm. And you can notice this thread right here, how much longer it is than the one on the Electrolarm, and also on the one out of the 701. And that shouldn't have any consequence for the operation. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one right here in the Electrolarm that I'm rebuilding right now. Our next step on this one that we've been working on is to take the movement, reattach it to the back, and test the movement. So when I do this, I've got to line up. There's 3 posts that have to be lined up in the back of the case here. The time set shaft, the power indicator shaft, and then the alarm set shaft. And 2 of the 3 are pretty easy to get in there. And the other one, I usually just get the 2 in and then wiggle it around until the other one falls into place. But once you get them in place, there's supposed to be 2 posts, okay? And you should see those posts right there, and that means that it's where it's supposed to be. Then you have these 2 screws that hold the movement to the back of the case. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten these screws down, and without putting all the connections together, I'm just going to test the movement and see if it's going to make noise on me. I'm not going to put the face on or the hands on now. What I really want to do is just see, is this thing, is the rotor going to be noisy? Is there something wrong? Because if I have to take it all apart, I don't want to have to take off more than absolutely necessary. So once I've got this, I have a sweep hand that just hanging about, which I'm going to use to indicate whether it's turning or not. So this is electricity to my coil. Let's see here. I'm not sure that this one's going to work without some adjustment. But let's just see what happens. I'll put electricity across the coil, see if we get any noise or what. All right, so we've got it turning. There is that grinding noise that I detected when I tested it with just the coil. So, now I have to make a decision. Am I going to use this coil and hope that the case is going to dampen that noise so you don't hear it? Is it acceptable that it has that kind of noise? Or do I want to take it out, take the coil off, and replace the rotor? So that's what I got to decide, because in my experience, I'll just say that when a rotor makes noise outside of the case, putting it inside of the case doesn't make it better. In my experience, it's like you'd think that the case would dampen the noise so you couldn't hear it, but typically that just doesn't happen. It's just wishful thinking. So I'm going to have to think about what I want to do there and revisit it.